Hey everybody, welcome back to JDL Threads. It's Tracy with JDL Threads, and today I have my baby with me, Lauren, or Big Fatty as I call her. And what do we have for you in store today? Well, it's not embroidery because she's too small for that, but we are going to teach her how to use Cricut Design Space, you guys, because guess what? Black History Month is coming up, and we're going to make her a Black History t-shirt from a design that she has picked out from Creative Fabrica. I'm also going to be making me one later, but today we're going to focus on the design that she has picked out, and we're going to try to let her navigate the computer so that she can learn how to do this designs in Cricut Design Space. And we're going to try to teach her how to actually load the design also into the Cricut machine. Now, if I have any new subscribers, any new viewers joining with me today, hello everybody. And if I have any returning viewers, hello to you as well. All right, you guys, so let's jump right into our Cricut Design Space and get this video going.
She's right. And we need to work out the computer because I'm not ready for the embroidery machine. So I'm just doing the computer.
Okay, everybody. Now, the design that Lauren has picked out, we're just going to get that text off there because I don't want to text, so I'm going to delete that. The design that Lauren has picked out, we've already actually uploaded it to the canvas and got it going, but just for learning purposes, I'm going to show you guys how to put it in the canvas and get that loaded up. So first off, what we're going to do, we went to our canvas and we hit new project in our Cricut Design Space. We're going to then go to upload. And I do apologize in advance because my computer is very old and it moves like a very slow turtle. So we need to give it a minute. Oh my goodness, it picked up really fast this time. So now this is the design that we are going to be making for Lauren here, the I Am Black History. But as you can see, I've already have that in my recent uploads where I went ahead and edited and everything that I needed to do. But let's just say that I didn't have it there. What I would do is I would go to this upload image here. I would click that. I would come down to my file folder where I have downloaded all of my designs. I would find the I Am Black History SGV. That's not it. I'm not really sure where it is, you guys, because I have, SVG shirt. That's what I put hers under. I would put it there, and then I would just hold with my mouse and I would drag it over to Cricut Design Space. But what I'm going to do is let me just bring this down a little bit. So I would actually go over here and I would look for the SGV file because that's the file that Cricut reads. We don't see the SGV file right there. And so this stumped me for a moment, you guys. But what I found out was that what we need to do is we need to go to this Chrome Hotmail document and we click on that one. And that is also the same as the SGV file. And then we just drag and drop it over here into our Cricut Design Space. And we wait for that to upload, prepare to upload. We would then go over here and click upload. And we would just wait for that image to be uploaded into our library. And as you can see here, I already have it here. And so I have it again. But just to show you guys how to upload it, we would click on upload. We would go back over here, and I'm sorry, you guys, I'm moving my iPad back and forth because I am recording from my iPad onto my PC. We would add it to Canvas. we would wait for it to stop thinking, and then it's going to add it to our canvas so that we could go ahead and do what we need to do to the design. So there it is, the I Am Black History. We're just going to grab it in the middle where the X is, or the plus, and we're just going to kind of bring it to the middle. So what I like to do is just make it a little bit bigger. We're going to go down here to the percentage, and we're going to make it 50% instead of 25 because it makes it a little bit better for me to see. Okay. Now, what we would do is we would go over here to our layers panel, and this tells us how many layers we actually have in this design. So let's see, we're going to close out all these layers by just clicking on the X that's leaning towards the bottom. And that should bring all the layers together, you guys. Let's see, we should have one more here. Okay, and so then as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 layers. 1, 2, 3 layers. If we just go ahead and click on it, this first one, if we click on it, that's the black layer. If we click on the next one, that puts a box around the I Am layer, and the next one is Black History. So we're just going to go ahead and open those back up. So we could see everything in there. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want to have so many mats to cut on, is what I'm learning, guys, and I'm brand new, fresh, new learning here. So I think that I have it correct from what I have been viewing on YouTube. But if I don't, we're going to just learn along the way. Okay, so now what I want to do is that I don't want all these groups together, because I am going to go in here and I'm going to make these all different colors. For Black History, I don't want it to be pink and blue. I want it to be the Black History colors, which are yellow, red, and green, and black. So first, let me start with this black one here. I'm going to click on the black. And then, just going to move my iPad around. I'm going to go up here to this question mark here, which is going to bring me the colors panel. And I am going to click on black because I want to change that to black. And then I'm going to click off. And that made the whole thing black, which I don't want that whole thing black. So I'm going to go back and try that again. First, let me make my box around it. And I want to go up here to the right side of my computer, and everything is grouped together right now as the design came into the canvas. So I'm going to click ungroup. And now when I click on black or I Am, and I'm going to also ungroup those because I want those to be 2 separate colors as well. It should let me make everything the color that I would like to make it. Okay, so we're going to try this again. So now I'm going to click on black. I'm going to go up here to my question mark, which brings me my color palette. I'm going to click black. Click over in my canvas, and you see how it made my word black from blue to the color black. All right, so there's no need for us to save that because that is going to automatically stay black on the mat once we go to make it. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go here to I'm going to click on the I, and I don't want that one red. Well, actually, I guess I could leave that one red. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that one red. So I'm going to click on the Am. Put a box around the Am. Okay, that's not what I want. So let me go here. I'm just going to put a box on the A. I'm going to go ahead to my color palette and I'm going to click yellow because I want that A to be yellow. Then I'm going to go here, click on my M. I'm going to go back up here to my color palette. I'm also going to click this one yellow because I want that whole word M to be yellow. And then I'm going to go down here to history. I'm going to highlight the whole word history. I'm going to go up here to my color palette and I'm going to make that green. And then I'm going to click off. And now you see that it's the color that I want it to be. I am Black History. I am Black History. Okay, and as previously noted, I did already go ahead and put this one into the Save My Stuff. So just go along with me, guys, because I'm still trying to learn and navigate and try to remember where things go. So I have this in here, but we're going to go to My Stuff, which is on the top right-hand corner. And we're going to click on that. And let me see if it's going to do something, or do I have to get this whole design out in order to start over? Oh, actually, you know what, you guys? I never even saved it. Yeah, I think I did. I think I saved it under Lauren. So let me go ahead and type in Lauren here real quick. And do a search for that. Oh, and you guys, you see, I did save it under Lauren's Black History shirt, but I didn't save it once I made those color changes. So let me just click on that one, and it will just bring it back to the front of my screen. I think I have to go down here and click Customize because, again, I want to go back in here and change these colors, and that should put it back on my canvas. Right, so it did. Okay, you guys, so here we are back to the color changes that I made previously. I thought I had saved them before, but I did not. So I am going to go ahead and use this here color palette that I have on the current canvas. So I am Black History, and they are the colors that I would like to have it. So now we're going to go back to this side of our computer, and I don't want these words to cut out one by one by one by one and use up a whole lot of vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and click this layer. I'm going to come down here to combine, and I'm going to weld those words together so that it would just make that one word. Instead of History, it would just be history instead of all those separate letters. And as you can see, if you come back up, you will see that it said the weld result was for history, and now all of those letters are welded into a word. We're going to come down here to black, and I don't want the little squigglies to be black. I want those little squigglies. Let's make them red. So we'll come back over here to our layer side. We're going to click what we want to change the color on. And as you can see, it lit up the little squiggly. And I think I want to just go ahead and change that to red. So what we'll do is we'll come back over here to our color palette, and we will change that to red. And we will get off Actually, that doesn't look like the right color red, you guys. So that looks like orange. So we're going to click red. And actually, my eye should be red. So we're going to make that one red as well. There we go. So now we have our little squiggly turned to red with our eye. Okay, so I believe what I'm supposed to do next is I can choose my eye because it's red, which is over here on my layers panel, and I can choose my little squiggly, which because it is red as well, it is red as well. Excuse me, it is red as well. I'm going to go down here to combine, and then I'm going to go ahead and weld those two together so that those can be cut out on the same mat. And then I'm also going to attach my M. So I'm going to highlight my M and my A. I'm going to come down here. Well, right now they are ungrouped. So let me highlight those. I'm going to come down here to combine, and I'm going to weld those as well. Okay. So now we have how many layers? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. And we have the two reds is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 colors, but I still have 5 layers over here. And I don't want to have 5 layers. I still only want to have 4 layers to match what's going on over here in my whole design. So I'm going to go back over here to my red eye, and I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to click on my squiggly. Maybe I made them 2 different colors, you guys, because it's not really doing what I wanted to do here. Okay, let me see if I remove everything else from the canvas, what happens. So I'm just going to go here and click the little eyes and make that invisible. So you see the little line is through there. So that deleted it from the canvas. Let me highlight these 2. There we go. And I'm going to come down here and click combine. And we're going to weld those 2 together so that they will be on the same mat. Okay, now we're going to make these visible again by just going over here and clicking on our little eye. And now you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers that I'm working with. So now what we're ready to do is we're ready to make it. So if you give me a second, you guys, I have to do one more switch to another camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing now on my iPad, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, and so now I have switched over from my PC to my iPad to my phone because now I have to record my iPad from my iPhone. I got a lot going on over here, you guys, because I don't have everything built into my computer, that camera thing on my PC where I can just do it all in one. So I have to just do it the hard way, but we can still get it done. All right. So now you can see that my design is loaded up onto my iPad. So you will see my fingers moving in and out about my iPad to see what's going on. So if I just zoom in real close down here, you see we had the 4 layers on the PC. So we're just going to click layers panel to double check that, to make sure that it's the way that we want it when we go to print it out on our Cricut machine. And as you can see right now, that it is not like that. It has 17 layers, and we don't want 17 layers. We don't want 17 mats. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go back in here and fix everything the way we had it on my computer, so there would only be 4 layers instead of 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click this little squiggly thing here. And it's kind of difficult for me to find where everything is on my iPad. I'm still not real sure where everything is down here. So let me see. Not real sure where the colors box is on my iPad, since I had already started it on my iPad, you guys. But be patient with me and let me try to find it. Maybe if I hit edit. Yes, if I hit edit, I go over here to basic cut. I hit that button and that will turn that red for me as well. And then I can just click apply. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back over here to our layer side. And we're going to click on let's see. Let me see how I want to do that. First, I am going to go over here because I attached something in here and I don't want to have it attached. I think I can unattach. I think. I'm not really sure. I lost my M there, so I'm going to go back here and hit a quick undo. So here's how I'm going to do it, you guys, because we're going to have too many layers and I can't remember at this moment how to do the unattach. I don't see it on my iPad. I get a little bit confused on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the whole word history, and it will bring me all those layers just for history. I'm going to click edit. Or excuse me, actions is what I need to do. Click actions. I'm going to click combine, and then I'm going to weld all those together. And then I'm going to click done for history. And that should bring all those letters onto the same mat instead of trying to cut them out on separate layers. Okay, so if I click that, I have history is 1 layer. And how many layers do I have? I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. And I only want red is 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. So I have to do a little bit more adjusting here, you guys. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and highlight the A and the M together. And I'm going to go ahead back down here. I'm going to hit combine. And then I am going to weld that together as well. The 2 yellow letters. I'm going to switch back over to layers. And now you see that I have 2 welds. I have a history weld and I have an AM weld. But I still want to get these 2 reds welded together. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the I, unhighlight the M. I'm going to highlight the I and the squiggly thing. I'm going to come back down here to combine. And then I'm going to go ahead and weld those together as well, which should give me four layers now instead of 17. So I'm going to click layers and let me zoom in a little bit. If you can see now, instead of 17 layers, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 layers, the 4 layers that I want to have. Okay. So I still don't want to use 4 mats. I only want to use 1 mat, and this is a kind of simple design to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a little Cricut hack right now. Okay. I am going to just select this whole thing and I'm going to make it all the same color right now. So I have to go back down here to edit. I have to go to the question mark for basic cut, which will give me the color palette. And I have to just, I'm going to make them all green. And I'm going to click apply. So now I have to remember what I'm making what. So my I is going to be red. My M is going to be yellow. My I and my squiggly thing is going to be red. So I'm going to put those two together. So I'm going to click off of here and I'm going to start moving things around now for where I want everything to be. So I'm going to move this here. The 2 reds that are welded together. I'm going to click on the M, which is going to be yellow, and I'm going to start those at 7. I'm going to click on the black, and I'm going to start the black at 6. And I'm going to start history. I'm going to put the box around history, and I'm going to start that at 8. Okay, and now I'm going to click make it, which now it's going to give me 1 mat, all green. So now I have to remember what all my colors were, because instead of having an all green mat, all colors green, I'm still going to use black vinyl for my black. I'm going to use red vinyl for my I and my squiggly. I'm going to use yellow vinyl for my M, and I'm going to use green for my history. So I'm going to go ahead and get those moved around on the mat, you guys, and I will show you what that looks like once I return and get them loaded onto the mat, ready to cut out on our Cricut Maker 3. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and here is my mat hack. As you can see, I have all my colors set up where they are going to be cut out on the mat exactly the way that they are on the iPad. I have the red on the left, which you see red on the left. I have the yellow M is next. I have the black, and then I have the green. I just had to remember where my colors were going, you guys. And my vinyl is shiny side down. You always want to make sure vinyl is shiny side down because you want it to cut backwards. So I'm going to hit on my mat here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I turn on my mirror so that I can flip those images backwards. I'm going to select, close that out. I am going to select next. I'm just double checking, you guys, because since I switched it backwards now, all of my colors are not lining up correctly with the I and the am. The others are fine. The black should end up on the 5.5, which that's fine. And the green should end up on the 5.5, and that's fine. I just have to move my red over just a little bit more by the 3. The I is going to land up under the 3, and right now my red vinyl is not anywhere near the 3, so I have to just move that over just a little bit. So it's going to start on 1.5 and 3, but I will get that in a second. All right, so everything is mirrored over. So next I'm going to go ahead and hit next, and it's going to ask me to select the machine that I want to use. I'm going to select the Maker 3. I am just going to be using everyday iron-on with the pressure of more pressure. And then I am going to go over to my Cricut cutting machine, and I'm going to make it. So give me a second and let me head on over there. Okay, so here we are over to our Cricut cutting machine, you guys, our Maker 3, and we're going to load in our mat. And forgive me for all this movement, but I am doing it with one hand. We want to make sure that we get our mat underneath these tabs here so that it loads in correctly. We're going to kind of hold it in the middle. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, and we're going to go over here to our button. And we're going to hit our blinking button so that it can load our mat in, to double check to make sure that our mat is loaded into the machine correctly and doesn't detect any errors. And it says that it's loading on the iPad. Everything looks good here. We're just going to go ahead and press that down just a little bit. I do have a brayer somewhere, but I don't feel like getting up to get it. And now we're going to go here and we're going to hit our play button on our Cricut Maker 3, and we're going to make it. And I'm just going to time it just to see how long it takes to do this little design for my baby. It's right now 7:25, and here we go. And that stopped at 727. And a great tip that I saw on Crafting with Delonda was she said that since this is my first time cutting out this design and I have a lot of things going on here, and if I want to make sure that it is going to be cut all the way through the vinyl, I do see it. It looks like it's cut through, but she said instead of hitting these blinking arrows to let your mat come out, just hit play one more time and let it cut one more time so that it cuts in the exact same spot, and then take your mat out so that we can make sure that our design is all the way cut. So we're going to go ahead and hit play one more time to load it back in there and let it cut one more time before we release our mat. All right, and that looks good. I can see all those cuts now. So now we're going to go ahead and release our mat by hitting those blinking 2 arrows. And I'm going to just do a close up here so you guys can see, because it did kind of cut through my tape and everything. But it does look good, you guys. It does look good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get it weeded out. All right, I'm just going to make that image a little bit bigger, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to start with the am over here, and I'm going to weed that out just so you guys can see how it weeds out. And then I'm going to go off camera and weed out the rest, and I'll be back to show you what everything looks like once I get the whole design weeded out and we get ready to press. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know me by now, this vinyl is from Temu, and I have made a couple of designs before, and it weeds and presses out just fine for half the cost of all those other vinyls, even though, you know, you guys might like Caesar and other brands, but I'm always trying to get everything for a great deal, and this seems to be working out really good for me. So let's go ahead and just weed out this M. First, I'm going to take this tape off here, you guys. See if I can get it even though it's cut. No, I guess I better leave it. So we're going to weed this M. And I do have a little weeding cup somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. Oh man, you guys. I cut out the wrong thing, not paying attention. So I'm going to have to go back and do that am again. Because I was supposed to weed out the box on the outside and not the letters on the inside. But let me just go ahead and pull it. Not paying attention, you guys, to show you what it looks like. And then I will cut that again off camera to put that together. Show you guys what it looks like. Let's get a piece up here. I can't believe I did that, you guys. I can't believe I did that. Oh, well, you know, mistakes happen. It's nothing we can't fix, though. That's what we wanted, was to have those letters cut out the I'm and not take it away. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. And it did have a little piece in here that just lifted right out. And it has like little hearts in there and everything. But you guys see it's pretty much really weeds really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get another am cut out, weed it out, and I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like. Okay, everybody. So I have gotten done weeding out my vinyl. I did go ahead and cut another am. As you can see, I got those little hearts out, and we are ready to go ahead and press this design onto the t-shirt for my little granddaughter. Currently my heat press is heating up. It's right now on 184. It has to get, I let it get up to like 300 for the vinyl. So I'm just going to take these off and just lay them to the side for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head over to my heat press. Okay, and the heat press is still heating up. It's currently on 219, so we're just going to let that get a little warmer. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and get the shirt pressed, get the moisture out, and get it lint rolled. So let me go ahead and get it lint rolled because I always forget this step, and we want to go ahead and make sure there's no extra anything on our t-shirt when we go to press it. So we're going to go ahead and just lint roll our t-shirt, and we're going to go ahead and give it a good press to get some of this moisture out. So I'm just going to fold it in half to find my center point. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a good press, you guys. For about, I don't know, 10 seconds. All right, and we're going to let that up. We've found our center. And because this is a little kid's shirt, I think I'm just only going to go 2 fingers down on a little kid's shirt. So I'm going to take my I. Actually, I'm going to take my I and my M because this one, I cut the vinyl into like a L shape. And then the M like this. So I have to put them both together to find out where that center is. So I'm just going to lay it on here first so I can find where my center point is here, you guys. And actually, I'm going to put my black on first because my little squiggly line, the little squiggly has to end up right in between the A and the C. So I'm going to put that on first. And this is glitter vinyl. So right now we're on 250. And I'm going to go ahead and press that for about 5 seconds. And then when we get done, we'll give it another final press to get that glitter vinyl stuck all the way down. I'm just going to go ahead and get out some parchment paper so that I can lay on top of the glitter vinyl once I get done. And I don't know, you guys, maybe I need to put that in for a little bit longer because it doesn't seem like it's pressing up all that great. So I'll hit it for another about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not sure if my glitter vinyl is hot or cold peel. I know the regular vinyl is hot peel. And it looks like this glitter vinyl is also a hot peel, you guys. So we're just going to peel it back. Real slow here. There we go. That looks great. That looks great. And now we're going to fit in our eye because our little squiggly has to go right in there. And now we'll put a piece of parchment paper on top because we don't want to give our glitter vinyl too much press. So we'll go ahead and slide that in. Heat presses at 300 for another 10 seconds. We'll let that up. And I don't remember if I told you guys, but I did get this design from Creative Fabrica. I am a member now at Creative Fabrica. And they have a lot of designs, you guys, that you can get, whether it be for embroidery, SVG files, PNG files, things for sublimations, everything that you can imagine in one spot for one small fee a year. And you can download as many times as you like. So they do have some other very nice designs that they have on Etsy that you might not be able to find on Creative Fabrica. So I do still buy those more intricate designs from Etsy. But overall, I pretty much find everything now that I want from Creative Fabrica. And it's working out good for me. So now let's go ahead and get history pressed for another 10 seconds, you guys. All right, and we'll let that up. Oh, I'm not really liking that one. Okay, let's peel it this way. That looks better. Yeah, that's better. And then, you guys, we're going to go ahead and stick our am on. Put down our parchment paper one more time. And this time we're going to go ahead and press the whole thing for 20 seconds, you guys, for the final press with the transfer covering on top. We'll give it a press for 20 seconds, and then we'll do one more final press after that with our parchment paper to make sure we got it sealed in really nice. All right. Looking really nice, you guys. Looking really nice. Oh, I don't know. That didn't peel up really nice, that am. So I'm gonna do it just a little bit longer, you guys. Another 10 seconds on that one. Take off our parchment paper and give it a peel back. Oh yeah, that's better. That is better. Uh-oh, my A does not want to peel. What's going on here? What's going on with you, yellow? Well, I'm going to let it cool off, you guys. Everything turned out good except my yellow is not wanting to cooperate here. I'll put it more towards the middle. And I don't know what happened here, you guys, but my A did not want to cooperate. You see that? So I'm going to have to go off camera and make another A. Get that A pressed one more time, and I will be back to show you guys the final results. All right, everybody, and now we have the shirt pressed out for my little granddaughter, her Gildan 5 shirt for Black History. I am Black History, and didn't it come out so amazing, everybody? I want to thank you all for watching my video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.